everyone, long time no see. Lisa Eldridge has launched so many new products recently in the last 3-4 months. I've got the new Balm Embrace melting lip colours, all 5 shades of them. I did buy the Sculpt and Shade lip pencils as well. I also did a first impression of the skin tint at the time and compared some shades. Videos on these will be coming soon. Today though, we're gonna focus on the new lipsticks. So let's get into it. This is the new Balm Embrace melting lip colour. I don't know why all of her product names are so long. She describes this as a buttery, balmy lip colour with an infusion of sheer colour, glass-like shine, and deep lip care benefits. And it addictively melts into the lips and is formulated with 87% natural origin, skin-friendly ingredients for maximum care and comfort. And it's got 5 shades. This will set you back £26 for 2.8 grams of product, which I think is really expensive. Her other lipstick that I think is very similar in formula, and I'm sure you guys are thinking that already, is the Luxuriously Lucent Lip Colours. This has 3.5 grams and costs £27. So even though it's only £1 difference, there is 0.7 grams of products that's different, and when you think about it, that's quite a lot. Also, you're going to reapply this so many more times throughout the day, so you're going to run out this much more quickly than the Luxuriously Lucent Lip Colours. So since we're here, let's just compare these two products really quickly. So all of these products come in the white and gold packaging. You all know this already. These are the two lipsticks side by side. Logo at the top, but this is a much slimmer bullet. And the shade of gold is a lighter shade of gold. So another interesting thing to know is, I know it's like a minor detail, but kind of the sticker here is a gold sticker with the black, brown black writing, but this is a clear sticker with black writing. Also magnetic closure. This is a click, like, ooh. This is a click. You can see the dots here and you can hear the click. So I think this is cheaper packaging overall, and honestly, like, looking at this sticker, you know, it's not scented. This makes it feel cheaper to me. But like the other lipsticks, this has 18-month shelf life and is also made in Italy. This formula has a lot more oils and butters. So it has shea butter, maru butter, wild mango kernel butter. The wild mango kernel butter is also in Gloss Embrace, but on her website she doesn't actually say anything about butters and oils for the Luxuriously Lucent Lip Colour formula. And it also has a jojoba oil and pomegranate flower extract that's meant to be a lasting moisturizing effect for your lips, and also has meadowform seed oil that helps to restore dry cracked lips whilst keeping them moisturized, apparently. So the Gloss Embrace, it does have the mango kernel oil, but on the website it says it has the acai berry oil, sunflower seed oil, and vitamin E oil. So those are the ingredient differences. And I have worn the shade Red Curve for the past 3 days in kind of like feeling out the formula and whether it really moisturizes my lips. I will get into all of that good stuff, but I'm sure now you're thinking, God, just get on with the colors. So let's just get swatching. So we'll start off with Meet Cute, which is the lightest color. So Meet Cute is a light pink peach, and this is the color I was looking forward most to because this is your, you know, everyday shade, your lips of a better shade, your peachy nude shade as well. And she describes this like a scene from a rom-com. This irresistibly cute and charming hue captures the warm and happy feeling of a chance meeting on a sunny day. So this is Meet Cute. I really do like this color, but let's see how similar the color is to the Luxuriously Lucent Lip formula. We'll go with Le Mépris first. So Le Mépris is a lot lighter, but you guys know I really want to like Le Mépris, but it really does settle into the fine lines of my lips because it's so pale and pastel-y. So these are the two compared, and immediately you can see the slightly difference in formula with this side being more shiny. Okay, now we got Kitten Mischief, and Kitten Mischief is a little bit more of that pinky coral, whereas I feel like Meet Cute is more of that peachy nude, and you can see the slight difference as well in color. I basically feel like Meet Cute is the hybrid Le Mépris and Kitten Mischief. Is like those two shades mixed together. Just for this shade, I'm going to put the Songbird lip gloss on just to see, and I do think the gloss is just a touch shinier in terms of color. Honestly, the color looks identical. The gloss does feel a little bit stickier on the lips. It feels a bit thicker. I can tell that the gloss is definitely there on my lips. Here are the colors swatched on the back of my hand. You can see Le Mépris and Meet Cute are very similar. Right, let's move on to the next shade. This is the shade Epanoui, and this is a mauve pink. Epanoui, inspired by the feeling of Epanoui, of blossoming into your true authentic self. In terms of application and the texture, it just basically feels thicker than the luxuriously lucent lip colors. They do feel really buttery, obviously when they go on you can see the glass shine, but really I feel like between the two formulas it's just that this feels thicker when you apply it. So let's compare Epanoui with, first of all, Meet Cute, and then we'll compare it with the luxuriously lucent lip colors. So because the color is so sheer, even though these two colors are different, I think they do end up looking quite similar on the lips. So I personally prefer Meet Cute. You can see the difference of the two shades on my lips. Although it is subtle, I do think it's definitely there. If your lips are more pigmented and if your skin tone is darker, you're not going to see the difference of these two. Kitten Mischief, and these two are pretty much identical in terms of color. It's just the shine and the feel of the lipstick. And then I'll try Je ne sais quoi. So Je ne sais quoi is brighter in tone and it's appearing more like coral right now compared to Epanoui. This is Rose Official next to Epanoui, and these two look pretty similar, almost identical. I've put Kitten Mischief and Rose Official side by side as well for you to see. I thought I'd compare Rosy Shell as well just because it's a pink shade, but you can see Rosy Shell is a true sort of Barbie pink, whereas Epanoui is a much more nuanced pink. Same goes for Love of My Life as well, which is a much more true toned pink. These are some of the similar shades on the back of my hand. I didn't put all of them on my lips because some of them look way too different. And now we've got Sweet Fig, which is a pink brown. I feel like the colour looked really brown and pigmented on the website, but right now on my lips, I'm not getting that pigment. Indulge in the sweet warmth of this ripe, earthy, pinky brown, true to its namesake. This shade is perfect for adding a delicious touch to your look. I like this one. So Sweet Fig is a deeper, richer, warmer version of Meet Cute. So I guess if you have more of a darker skin tone than me, this is going to be a gorgeous nude shade for you. So I'm just gonna swatch Meet Me in Berlin next to it on my lips. A sheer wash of Meet Me in Berlin. Honestly, I don't think I can get much more sheer than that, because if I go more sheer, I think it will look patchy. So yeah, but you can tell it's really the same shade. It's just less color payoff, more shine with a new formula. Spirited Away, more on the red side. Painterly has more of a blackberry undertone, not so much pinky brown undertone. I did compare Night Thoughts as well with Sweet Fig, but they look so different. Here are all the colours on the back of my hand. Okay, let's go with Metropolis next. Ooh, this is very, very dark. Wow, that's deep. Okay, it looks black almost in this lighting. Metropolis. So Metropolis is a deep blackberry, paying homage to the epic silent movie era of the 1920s. This vintage blackberry shade adds sheer but impactful drama, evoking glamour, futurism, and allure. It definitely has more drama. So Meet Me in Berlin compared to Metropolis. Yeah, Meet Me in Berlin is just more of that rich brown. You can definitely tell there's a bit of purple in here. Let's do Night Thoughts. Okay, right, Night Thoughts is much more blackberry much more purple. So almost in a way, Metropolis is a mishmash of Meet Me in Berlin and Night Thoughts. Spirited Away.
The two colours look really different on the back of my hand. On my lips, Spirited Away appeared more red when you compare it to the berry tones of Metropolis.
And then lastly, I'm gonna try Painterly with Metropolis. So Painterly is definitely giving more of that warm red rather than warm blackberry like Metropolis.
And as usual, these are the colours on the back of my hand as well, so you can see the swatches.
And lastly, we have Red Curve. Immediately, this is the most colourful, most impactful in my opinion, even more so than Metropolis. It is a warm, bright red, inspired by Ellsworth Kelly's distinctive use of red in his work and a pivotal life moment when I had a surprise meeting with this iconic American artist. Sorry. I felt like I had to use that voice. It's not to make fun of Lisa, I just find it funny. Okay, I love Lisa. Just want to make that clear. So anyway, Red Curve. This is a super wearable red. I do think it does make a little bit of an impact, and if you're someone who kind of wants to wear a little bit of color to work or something, you know, this is a good one to have for every day. Palazzo Atomic Cherry come to mind, so let's swatch those.
These two colours are pretty similar. When you compare them side by side, I think Atomic Cherry has a touch, just a touch more of a coral tone to it, whereas Red Curve is a true orange red.
Palazzo, and I'm sure you can tell already the obvious difference between these two shades is that Palazzo is obviously a red. Even though it's a warm red, it's really more of a red, but the Red Curve is more of an orange. But out of curiosity, I want to compare Red Curve with the Dragon Gloss. Dragon Gloss with Red Curve, very similar. They look identical.
And as usual, here are the colours swatched on the back of my hand.
So if you guys want to see a gloss comparison, just color-wise with the new Baume Embrace lipsticks, let me know. But obviously the formula is definitely going to be different. So as you saw with a brand new lipstick, the color, the pigment, you know, the entire bullet lipsticks fills right to the top of the end of the packaging. So you're getting a lot of product, but once you start using it, I do feel like you can use it really quickly, and you're going to need to buy a replacement if you really like it much more quickly than any of her other lipsticks. I used Red Curve for 3 days straight, reapplied it throughout the day when I was testing this product out, and you can see there's maybe about 2 millimeters of product difference in the tube compared with one that I just swatched a couple times. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, this is definitely her most expensive lipstick to date when you compare the price per gram. It's also worth mentioning that this is the first time Lisa has mentioned there's a fragrance in her product. It has a light vanilla scent. I honestly can't smell it, but I do have a kind of like blocked nose and chronic sinusitis, so it doesn't bother me. It's absolutely fine. However, one of my subscribers reached out to me and said that she cannot stand the smell, and she bought one shade and glad she didn't buy any more purely because of the smell. So if you're really sensitive to fragrances and smells, I would probably avoid this, because this is the feedback I've heard. So this formula wears off really quickly when you compare it with her Lucent Lip color formula. The Lucent Lip colors, even though it has shine, I feel like it actually leaves a nice stain on the lips and it wears off really evenly, but this one, it just wears off. You don't see any color, nothing, nada. And in terms of the moisturizing benefits, like, I don't know, I don't feel like my lips are enriched afterwards. Certainly whilst I'm wearing it, my lips don't feel dry, but with a lip gloss, when I wear it consistently throughout the day, when I wake up the next morning, my lips feel super soft. So I feel like the gloss is almost more moisturizing long term than this formula. I do know that if I wear the YSL Rouge Volupté Shine lipsticks, my lips feel drier afterwards, that's for sure. And I feel like that formula is similar in terms of finish and color with Lisa's Balm Embrace lipsticks. Another product that is kind of comparable in my collection is the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum. So I kind of hate this product because once you twist it up, you can't twist it back down, and it's so melty. You really have to be careful with how much you apply with it. So I actually much prefer Lisa compared to this. But am I in love with these new lipsticks? No. But will I wear them loads? Yes, just because it is so easy to wear. I feel like I'm not wearing them because I love the formula or whatnot. I'm wearing it because it's really easy to wear. So I think if you're someone who doesn't like wearing a lot of makeup and just looks for effortless makeup, something that you can just throw on, then I think these new lipsticks are going to be your new go-to for every day, but not if you're sensitive to scent. So this is my 2 cents on the new Lisa Eldridge products. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.